Welcome back to the forum. I got another video for you today. We're going to talk about a toilet that won't flush very good. You push the handle down and it barely flushes, and most of the time it don't flush very well at all. It's not clogged up, so you know that's not the problem. There's something else going on. We're going to get into it right now. So you come in here. I got the top off already like we did last time. Anyway, you come in here, you use the bathroom, you flush your handle down, everything seems to work fine, but the material in the commode doesn't go down very well. Half of it go down and some of it stays in the commode. That could be caused for several things. First thing, it could be the flapper. And there's three main causes. When I talked about the flapper, you remember when we did the other video about the commode, it was this red ball, right? This red rubber ball in here. Remember I linked you one. That's your flapper. Now, there can be three things causing that flapper not to stay open. So when you pull the handle right here, see this handle, you push that down, it raises this arm up, and in turn it raises the flapper up. Now, what happens is if that flapper comes up, boom, right back down, well then there's not enough water going through to flush everything down. So there could be three causes. One, this chain right here is way too loose. If you notice mine's pretty not tight, but it's actually, mine's probably a little bit too loose to be quite honest with you. See how much movement it is? Watch the handle. See, that's quite a bit of movement before the ball raises, the flapper raises. So you want it to be a little bit loose, but mine maybe just a little tighter than that. Because when you flush that, you want that to stay up so that the water will flush through the commode. So if that chain's too long or too loose and you push it down, it only barely raises your flapper up by, the A high, then it's not going to work very well. That's number one. Number two, the chain can be too tight. If you got your chain too tight and it's really, really tight, like this, see I'm holding it up there, the chain's really, really tight right here, then what happens is you got a constant flow. You hear that? See that? You got a constant flow of water going out of the commode. And what happens is, when you do flush it, there's not enough water left in this tank to flush it. That's the other two reasons. And then the third reason is that the flapper itself is bad, like we talked about last time. So the first two you can adjust with this chain right here. And you can even usually got a lot of holes. Let me see if I can see you. Get out where you can see it. Usually these arms here will have more than one hole. Mine's got one here and one back right there. See that? Two holes. One up here and one back there. So if you need a little extra length, you can always use that to do that. I think I messed my handle up, but I'll fix it here in a minute. Not a big deal. But anyway, so the next problem is you want to I need to replace this handle. It's really getting worn. Anyway, next thing you'll try is this right down here. This flapper is old and warped, and it's letting water leak out. Remember what we said about water leaking out from last time when we talked about your commode keeping it running? Well, the same thing can cause you not to have a good flush. When you push the handle, there's not a lot of water left in the tank to flush the material out the commode. Okay, cause number two. It can be that the chain is tight enough, not too tight. The flapper's good, but the water level inside your tank is too low. And that can be caused by this over here. Now, some of these have a floater that you can see on the side that go up and down, and you can adjust that to bring your water level up. The ideal water level, see the top of this right here? You want it about a 3/4 inch high below, well actually about a 1/2 inch below the top of this tube. You don't want it to, because here's the thing, if you adjust this ball down over here on the side where your water comes up, and you have to flush your commode and watch it. If the water comes up and it comes up and it comes up and it starts running over, well then that's never going to cut off and you're going to continue to lose water. So you want to come about a 1/2 inch to 1/4 inch right below the bevel of this black tube, and it should shut off. And you may flush, and then you'll flush it and watch it. And if it level stays there, then you got your ball adjusted over here, your float. Some of them don't have a float, they have a mechanism like this here, and it works the same way. You adjust your water level till it comes up, it meters the water is all it does, and it measures it. But you just the same way, you adjust it up or down till the water gets about a 1/2 inch below this. That's it. Now, this may be bad. Remember we talked about the flapper last time, and we can link these parts again, but last time the flapper was like $5-6 bucks. This is like, I think was $15. So that's 2 simple fixes so far that could get this done without having to call a plumber. This one's a little bit more in depth to replace, and if you don't know how, go back and watch the video I did about the water running in your commode after you flush it, continually running. I had to tell you exactly how to replace this. It's very easy. It takes a few minutes, maybe 20 minutes or so. It's not a hard job. About anybody can do it. Hey everyone, sorry to interrupt your video there. Just want to give you a quick update on the channel. We are at 500 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours, and it's all thanks to you guys. I appreciate it so much, more than you know. My content's always free and always will be, and it's always honest. I'll give you an honest opinion on things. If you would like to support the channel because you've got something out of one of my videos, for whatever reason, then you definitely can. I have memberships now available and super things as well. And my store shop is open. Memberships get behind the scenes footage and some exclusive footage, and even some early access to my videos. So if you'd like to be a member to the channel, that'd be great. Thank you so much again, and back to the video. Okay, on to the next cause. Okay, the next one is what we call your bow jets. Now, when you flush this commode, and I'm going to show you, there's little holes up and under this rim. See this rim here? All the way around this rim, there's a jets under here that spray water out, and that should come out very forcefully. If it does not come out forcefully, those could be blocked, especially if you have what we call hard water. You know, you got a lot of calcium in your water. Maybe you've got a well on your property, and it's got a lot of sediment and stuff in that well. And sometimes you get hard water, you know, so you filter it best you can, but still calcium deposits build up, and that will clog these up faster than anything. So what you'll need to do, let me show what they look like first. A good strong one should look like this. You see that spraying around there? See how fast that's spraying around there? See there? That's pretty good. It's not perfect, but it's about 80% there. So let me let that finish flushing, and I'll tell you how to fix that. Okay, so now that you see what it looks like, how does it work? Well, when you push the handle up here, water comes down through the tank into the bowl and around this rim, and all the water in the tank comes through here fast and in a hurry, and it pushes everything down through that hole right there. And it has to have a lot of water coming out this rim to do that. So if you have clogged jets, how do you fix them? Well, it's a little more complicated. So what you'll have to do, you have to fill for your hose around here. Then when you find one, you can mark it with a semi-permanent marker or something, or just do one at a time. When you find one, get you some vinegar or some CLR, put it on a little, if you have a gun cleaning kit, you use the smallest little brush you have, and that will probably work. But coat hangers is what we've used in the past, and that's great. Get your coat hanger and get you some CLR on it, and get your little spray ball or something, spray up there, and just clean them out. And that, you know, it's a little time consuming. It may take you 10 minutes to do them all, but it's not that bad. And again, you'll save yourself $150 to $200 by getting a plumber out here to do that for you. Because when they come out here, they're going to tell you need a new commode. So you don't need a new commode if that's all it is. Another simple fix. Now the last one is pretty obvious, and you'll know it probably, but some people may not. So if you ever had a clog in your drain down there before, you'll know that nothing goes through, and you have to get one of these plungers over here, and you have to plunge it out, or get a snake and snake it out. So sometimes though, that trap in there, it comes down and goes back up and back down, can get partially clogged. There may be something stuck off to one of the sides, and it just will not go through. Something that you didn't expect to fall in there. Sometimes kids drop toys in there and they go halfway through, but it may be partially blocking your trap in there that's inside that commode. and then the floor as well. So you'll have to get a snake in that situation. Now you can buy you one, but I would recommend just going to your big box store and just renting one for a day, and you can snake it out yourself pretty cheap. Or you could buy you about a 10-foot one, and for probably, I don't know how much they are. I'll link one on Amazon for you. I really don't know how much they're running these days. I don't have one myself, but that could be your next cause, and you can just snake that out with a snake 90% of the time and get that cleared out. If it's something hard though, like a toy or something that went down, it shouldn't went down and it's stuck there, you may have to take your commode up and inspect the trap on the bottom of the commode and the trap that goes to the floor. And that's not a bad job, it's just kind of a dirty, wet job. You got to take, you see them bolts right there, you got to take one on each side, take that commode off the floor, you got to get a new wax ring. And I may do a video about how to replace a commode if there's enough response in the comments. That's Bunny. Say hello, Bunny. She's a cutie. Bunny. She always gets comes in here when I'm in here. She enjoys me or something. I don't know what's wrong with her. She's in dire need of attention, and she's looking for it from me. Anyway, so that's how to do that. And that's what your trap will be. It could be something hard that's blocking it rather than a material, that usually goes through there. So now there's one last thing I want to talk about, and a lot of people probably won't believe this, but it is a true fact, and plumbers will know this, and they will never Buddy, you making yourself at home? But they will never tell you this. So there is a thing called a vent pipe. Now what that does is when this water flushes and goes through your trap and into your water lines and out to your sewer system, that water has to be replaced by something, because it's a sudden jolt of water, a whole amount of water and material going through there. So it has to be able to suck air. It can't suck it through this trap, right? Because it's filling back up with water. So it can't. So there's a vent pipe. So that pipe runs up, and mine's, I think, in either this wall over here or this wall. I can't remember which. But anyway, when I flush that, it pulls air from outside up on the roof, down into the sewer system, into the sewer pipe, and so that it can flush like it should. If there's not enough air coming, it's like a car. Think about a car. If there's not enough air coming into your car, and when you're running your car, like your carburetor or your fuel injector, there's not enough air, it can't breathe enough air, then it chokes it off. Well, this works the same way. Not enough air coming through that vent pipe, it would choke it off, and it would barely drain. A lot of people look forever to find this problem, and they will never think to go up on the roof, make sure that, because those are open, they have to be open to draw air from the atmosphere. So go up on the roof, look down in your vent pipe, shine a flashlight, and 9 times out of 10, if that's the problem, you've tried everything else, but it's still doing that, and you cannot figure for the word out what it is, that's probably what it is. It's pretty rare, but it happens. Sometimes the bird will actually build a nest on top of that, and it'll fall down in there. Other things can happen to fall down in there in that vent pipe. It blocks that vent pipe, and no air hardly can get in. You flush this. You never would have thought of that if I hadn't told you, would you? Most people don't know that. It can happen, and it has happened. So if you never can figure it out, you go through all the steps. Someone come out there and put you a new commode in, it still flushes slowly. And you got plenty of water pressure. Everything's working perfect. Check your vent pipe. Chances are it's clogged up. Okay, that's going to do it for this video. I told you this stuff is easy. I'm trying to save you guys money, and all these fixes I showed you today, each one of them may cost $5, $10 at most, and it's only going to be one of them. Some of them won't cost you anything. So I hope this fixes your problem if you have the problem, or at least it gives you an idea if you do have the problem, or someone's having this problem, you'll know how to help them. I pray you have a blessed day. Thank you for watching another video of mine. God bless.